Hi everyone. It's so nice to have you here. Thank you so much for watching this video or listening to this podcast. Before we dive right into exactly what is an elopement and kind of debunk some myth about elopements, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Amber. I'm an elopement planner and photographer, and I've been doing that since 2013. So going on 12 years now. I've been planning and photographing elopements in like more than 50 countries across the world and four different continents. So I'm extremely passionate about traveling and elopements, and these are the photos that I create while I do that. So today we're going to dive right into debunking some myth about what is exactly an elopement. And so I'm going to answer to some questions that you guys had about elopements, and just bear with me because I'm just going to click around to find them back and answer them one by one. If you have some questions after this video or podcast, just ask them away for sure. So the first myth that I have is elopements or just quick courthouse weddings. So elopements can be anything you want, obviously. It can be a courthouse wedding, absolutely. Like even like historically, I think that was kind of the definition of elopement, just going somewhere very quick, generally because your families did not approve of you guys getting married. But like this has widely changed with the years. Now elopements are just adventures that you guys take together. So it can be a courthouse wedding, it can be getting married in your garden, it can be anything you want. It can be going to the nearest beach or to the nearest mountaintop, taking your dogs with you. And it can also be like a 7-day adventure through glaciers, mountains, epic landscapes. It can be anything you want. Think Lord of the Rings, but with vows, pretty much. In my opinion, that's what an elopement is. And that's what my couples and the couples who come to me think an elopement is. It's kind of an adventure. It's getting out of your comfort zone and kind of discovering a new country together while exchanging your vows in the most beautiful background possible. The second myth is elopements are for people who don't want to spend money. That is true in some way. But you also have some more luxurious elopements that are all about investing in an unforgettable experience. You're not skipping the party, you're upgrading it. My goodness, that's hard to say. So it doesn't have to be luxurious. Like you have to take a private jet to go to Europe or to go to like to Antarctica. But when I say luxurious, it means something that is exactly how you imagined it. And once again, it can be just spending the less amount of money possible, just going to the courthouse and eating a hot dog afterwards. That is actually kind of a great definition of what an elopement could be. But you could also do that in Iceland after you exchange your vows on top of a mountain or near like an active volcano. That's amazing. So it's everything you want and kind of creating an experience around what your couple is about, what you like to do together, and what your relationship is all about. This one I do. Okay. Elopements are just for two people. That's another myth. Okay, so you can bring your closest family, your dog, just a backpack full of snacks. It's your adventure to define. So some of my couples, I would say pretty much like 25% of my couples have guests. And when I say guests, it's like less than 20 people, obviously, because after that, it's like a more intimate wedding than an elopement. So 25% of them have guests. And generally speaking, it's just because we're going on top of a mountain or like on a like volcano ridge or like on a cliff or whatever. Obviously, it won't be like there won't be chairs there. So if you have like elderly people or like disabled people, some of those locations might not be accessible. So they won't have chairs there. We don't do an arch because we respect leave no trace policy. So all of these kind of conceptions that you have about having guests kind of blow away with the wind on your elopement day. So you can be just the two of you. So 75% of my couples are actually just the two of them, and that's absolutely great. And 25% of them just couldn't not have anybody there. They wanted to have their closest family members. Generally, it's like parents and siblings, and that stops here. No grandparents, no aunts, no nothing, no friends even. I did have a couple who had just friends, and it was like 8 of their closest friends, and that was it. And it was really fun as well. So it's you to define exactly what you want your experience to be. Um, Elopements or last minute decisions. So most couples plan their elopement 12 to 24 months in advance. So from scouting locations to creating experiences, it's a thoughtful, intentional process. It doesn't have to be last minute. I did plan once an elopement in France that was 10 days before the elopement day. So I arranged vendors and I created an itinerary within the 10-day mark. That is possible, but it's extremely rare. In general, like I said, most couples plan their elopements 12 to 24 months in advance. It's more in the 12 months mark. Sometimes, like, I would say 6 to 12 months, actually. And that's definitely not last minute because, in general, especially because my elopements and my experiences are curated to couples who want to go somewhere else than, the backyard. You do have to plan for traveling and for some permits if needed. So you do need a little bit of time ahead of your elopements to plan everything and to kind of custom everything. Elopements are only for adventurous couples. So you don't have to hike a mountain to elope, though you can if you want to. You can find a quiet garden in Japan, a luxurious villa in Greece. Elopements are tailored to your vibe. So it's absolutely exactly what you want and to imagine for development. So I've had couples who told me, yeah, we don't want to hike, which I absolutely get. I don't want to hike either, to be honest. I'm not a huge hiker. I do hike from time to time, but like I absolutely understand that on your elopement day, you don't want to hike because you're going to get sweaty and it's going to be messy and you don't want that. So it's absolutely fine. So I will find locations that are easily accessible by car, yay, and that are still secluded. Obviously, like if you go to the most famous um, viewpoint in the area, you will have people and it won't be possible to do a ceremony there. But if you go somewhere more secluded, and I'm here for that to help you find the right locations for that, you will have nobody and you will still be able to just drive there. So it doesn't have to be adventurous as well. Like you don't have to kind of get on a helicopter or hike or do like kayaking on a glacier. You don't have to do that. It can be extremely peaceful. I've had couples. What I love to do is picnics, like picnics at sunset at beautiful views. We just stand there, we just sit somewhere, we eat the most delicious food that we just bought earlier, like cheeses and dried meats and delicious bread and spreads and everything. And we just stand there and we listen to some music and we have a picnic. And it's kind of a very nice experience to have after your elopement. It doesn't have to be adventurous. After that, I have uh, elopements are less special than traditional weddings. So elopements give you the freedom to create a day that's 100% about you. No distractions, no stress, just love, adventure, and epic memories. Tell me how this is less special than traditional weddings. You can have a beautiful dress if you're eloping. So all my brides had stunning, all of them, elopement dresses. Some of them were extravagant. as you want them to be. And the bonus is that you can pair them with hiking boots for a unique look. So I love elopement dresses. Like, I love wedding dresses. I'm a huge wedding dress fan, and I have like tons of wedding dresses in my Instagram accounts and everything. And so all my brides had beautiful dresses, and I'm really happy about that. Because it's not because you're walking a little bit in the mud that you can't have a beautiful dress. It will get dirty, but it's going to be beautiful. I had brides with dresses that had tons of layers. It was gorgeous in the wind, like absolutely gorgeous. You could not imagine how gorgeous that dress was. So like, it's absolutely up to you to get the dress that you like. You can also rent a dress, but you're gonna trash it anyway, so it's maybe not a great option. But like, you can walk somewhere, and like, even on a traditional wedding, your dress won't be pristine after the wedding, just so we're clear. It won't be the same as hiking in the mud. I absolutely understand that, but it doesn't have to be pristine. And also, that dress will have the memories kind of etched into its fabric. So it's beautiful to think about it. And the last one, elopements are easy to plan on your own. So yes and no. It depends. I would say if it is a location that you absolutely know, like your backyard or the backyard of your friend, or somewhere that you've been hiking to for a lot of time, um, yes, I would say. You would need permits though. In most locations in the US and Canada, you will need permits to have a ceremony or to even take photos. That's not the case in Europe. So just, we don't do permits here. We don't care about you guys. Just do whatever you want. So from permits to weather challenges, planning an allotment requires expertise. That's where I come in, to be honest. I'm making it stress-free and magical for you guys, so you don't have to take care about anything. And I'm just going to tell you, okay, we can go to this location. What do you think? And you just tell me yes or no. And that's it. And so you can do it on your own. It's absolutely up to you. Like, if you're kind of a DIY person and you love planning things, yes, then for sure do that. If you have fun doing it, please do it. If you're short in time, if you're like working a lot, which is what happens to a lot of my couples, they just don't have the time. They're like, yeah, we want to go to Switzerland, but we don't have the time to plan anything. So I just tell them, okay, sure, just buy your plane tickets and I'll take care of everything else. The honeymoon and the elopement. If you have time to do that and to kind of research places and check train like timings and opening times, and everything that you have to check to make sure that when you get there, it's going to be open, it's going to be freely accessible, you won't have any permits, like restrictions. People won't come to you and tell you, hey, you can't, you're not allowed to do that. Stuff like that. If you're absolutely 100% sure you're able to do that, then please do it, because you're going to obviously save some money, and it's going to be kind of your experience. But if you're not sure that you can do that, please take somebody who knows how to do that, how to handle permits, even if it's outside, because you're having, like, I only plan elopements outside. I don't do venues at all, unless it's exactly what you want. In that case, yes, I can do a venue. But in general, like, all my locations are freely accessible, 100% free, and they don't need any permits, or if they do, I will take care of them. So yeah, it's absolutely up to you to know and understand that if you want to do that, you can, but you'll have to face some challenges that you might not know how to face. And that's going to be kind of my last piece of advice, debunking exactly what an elopement is. So you've understand now that an elopement can be anything that you want. If you want to go kayaking on a glacier, please do that. If you want to go on top of a mountain, please do that. If you want to take your car and just go to a beautiful pass and walk for 5 minutes to find the beautifulest place ever, please do that. If you want to do a picnic on a mountain, please do that. Do exactly what you want and what kind of defines your relationship. If you want to take your dog with you, please do that. Know that it's possible to take your dog pretty much anywhere. You can take your dog to Europe. It's possible. It's up to you to know if you want to fly with your dog, because that's kind of a stressful experience. But in terms of regulations, you can do that. So do whatever you want and make it your own experience. Have fun. I'm so glad you listened to the end of this huge podcast. And if you have any questions, just contact me and ask away. Have a magical day. Bye.